So, good evening everyone. I'm your first criminology student. I will talk about polygraph or lie detection technique. Polygraph is an instrument or device capable of recording changes in blood pressure, pulse, respiration, and skin resistance in the physiological phenomena. So, ang polygraph daw ito ay pinaka-importante sa atin bilang investigator kasi gumagamit ito ng instrument or device na pwedeng ma-record yung ating pag-investigate like blood pressure, pulse, respiration, and skin resistance in the physiological phenomena. So, polygraphy. Polygraphy is means poly, which is from the Greek word poly, which means many or having several, and graph, which means writing. So next. Next is lesson 2. Angelo Mosso, an Italian physiologist who was influenced by Lombroso, pursued his studies of emotion and fear and its influence on the heart and respiration with the instrument of measuring blood pressure and pulse change called plethysmograph. So, si Angelo Mosso, siya yung Italian physiologist na nag-influence kay Lombroso kung saan na nami-measure nito ang blood pressure and pulse ng isang tao. Nag-study ito ng emotion, ang katakutan ng isang tao. Once na ito ay, di ba, once na tayo ay tinatanong, tayo ay natatakot or nagkakaroon ng ibang emotion. So, next is William Moulton Marston, an American scientist who used an ordinary sphygmomanometer, by means of which he obtained periodic discontinuous blood pressure regarding during and course of a test. He also recorded the respiration and noted the time and subject verbal response. He also experimented with the galvanometer to record the skin resistance, change in gripping device to record tension. He used the word association test. He is considered as a father of modern polygraphy. So, si William Moulton Marston, siya yung father of modern polygraphy. And siya din yung nag-invento ng galvanometer na nagre-record ng ating skin resistance, ng pagbabago ng ating skin resistance and grippings. Next is John A. Larson, an American psychologist who constructed an instrument capable and continuous recording all the three phenomena, blood pressure, pulse, and respiration, during the entire period of the test. The instrument designed by the Larson not only have recording pen for cardiosphygmograph, pneumograph, and galvanograph, but also it has muscular movement pen and for arms and things. Yun. Next is Leonardo E.A. Killer, 1926, is an American psychologist who constructed a more satisfactory instrument than the one who used Larson. Later on, Killer made additional changes in the instrument. In the time of his death in 1949, the Killer polygraph included, in addition to units for recording blood pressure, pulse and respiration changes, galvanometer for recording what is known as the galvanic skin reflex or GSR or electrodermal response. He also introduced the card test of the peak and tension test. So si Leonardo A. Killer, siya yung gumawa ng killer polygraph. Bago siya namatay, tinawag na itong killer polygraph. And then, kinaunan, tinawag na ito ng galvanic skin reflex or GSR. Next is the development of pneumograph. Vittorio Benose, 1914 is an Italian psychologist who published an account of his research on respiration changes as symptoms of deception. In test cases, he measured recorded respiratory tracing and found that his length on respiration were divided by the length of expiration. So, si Vittorio Binocay naman, isa siyang Italian psychologist na nag-publish ng account of his research na ang respiration changes as a symptom of deception. Next is Harold Ebert, 1918, improvised and conformingly utilized the techniques of Vinocay. Accordingly, he considered this method the measuring of the recorded respiratory tracing. So, si Harold Ebert naman, siya yung nag-improvise and nag-utilize ng ginawa ni Victorio Vinocay. And tinawag ito ng method, the measuring of the recorded respiratory tracing. So, next is development development of questioning technique. Number one is Leonardo A. Keeler. Developed the relevant irrelevant test. The theory of this test is the guilty reacts only the relevant question and innocent show no reaction. So dito si Leonardo E. Keeler na develop niya yung relevant and irrelevant test kung saan ang wag tinanong ka na if have if may reaction ka sa bawat tanong sa iyo, ito ay tinatawag na relevant at ikaw ay tinatawag na guilty. And if innocent ka naman, no reaction ka sa bawat tanong na ginagawa sa iyo. And next is John E. Reed, 1945, an American lawyer, polygraphist who developed the review control question, consisting of a known lie incorporated into relevant or irrelevant tests. The theory of the test is to stimulate the innocent subject to identify the general nervous tension and guilt complex reactor and improve the contrast between innocent and guilty subject. He also discovered the guilt complex test administrated to the overly response subject. So, si John Ewing naman is siyang lawyer na nag-develop ng review control question kung saan sa review control question is broad lang yung kung anong nandun sa crime scene, yun lang yung itatanong sa iyo. And siya din yung nakadiscover ng guilt complex test. Next is Clive Baxter, 1960. Conceived the physiological set theory that forms the basis of his zone of comparison technique that provides constant monitoring of the subject reactivity and designed to disclose outside issue. This is known as the Baxter Zone Comparison Test. So, si Baxter naman, 1960 is kung siya conceive the physiological seat theory. And then, tinawag ito na Baxter Zone Comparison Test. Next is early publication on polygraphy and polygraph. So, number one, Daniel Defoe, 1730, wrote an essay in 1730, suggesting that taking the pulse is practical and more humane method of identifying a liar rather than subjecting the subject to various mechanical attachment. Next, Max Werdermer, 1904, published a paper with Julius Klein entitled Psychology with subtitle Idea about experimental method for purpose of revealing and involving a person in criminal act. So, si Max Werner naman, nag-publish siya ng paper na ginawa ni Julius Klein na may title na Idea about sa experiment method for purpose revealing the involvement of a person in criminal act. Next is Gesta. Gesta Romanorum, 1906, published this book in 1906 which stated that during the Middle Age, a nobleman tested the fidelity of his wife by taking her pulse. So next is James Mackenzie, 1906. A famous heart specialist who said polygraph exists early as 1906, but it is not being used to detect deception. He first described the instrument of article entitled The Ink Polygraph, which appeared in the British Medical Journal. So si Mackenzie naman is isa siyang heart specialist, no? Na sinabi niya na ang polygraph ay hindi daw nag-exist noong 1906 na, at hindi daw to ay nakaka-detect ng deception, and tinawag na ito ng the ink polygraph. Next is Victorio Benoset, 1913, presented a paper before a second meeting of the Italian Society for Psychology in Rome on the subject of his experiment regarding respiratory symptoms of lying. Next is Richard O. Archer, 1953, is the first polygraphist to record simultaneously on regular basis the chest and abdominal breathing pattern. He was also the first to record simultaneous two galvanic skin reflex. Next is Richard Golden, 1969, presented a paper during the annual seminar of American Polygraph Association of Houston, Texas regarding his experiment using existing control question twice. The first time truthfully, and the second time will lie for the purpose of requiring additional psychophysiological data from the examinee by comparing his subject truthful answer with a known lie to the same question. Next is Fred E. Inabu wrote a book, Lie Detection and Criminal Interrogation, in 1942 that explained the peak of tension test in describing the methodology for the administration of guilty knowledge tests when the subject has not been informed of the essential details of the case, such as the subject stolen, the amount of money missing, or the implement used the commission of the crime. So, Sir Fred naman, Inubu 1942, siya yung sumulat ng libro na Lie Detection and Criminal Interrogation na nakapaloob dito ang peak of intention test. Next is Anton Mesmer, 1778, is the first one to introduce hypnotism as a method of detecting deception. So, si Anton Mesmer naman, siya yung kauna-unahang nag-introduce ng hypnotism kung saan ito ay ginagamit upang mapaamin yung suspect. Number 2, Francis Galton, 1879, developed the much acclaimed physiological test known as the word association test, whereby the patient is presented with a group of word society separated in the time to allow the patient to utter his first truth generated by each word. Dr. Carl Gustav Jung later developed the work and experiment of Galton. So, si Francis Galton ay siya yung naka-discover of word association test, and kinalaunan ay dinevelop naman ito ni Dr. Carl Gustav Jung. Next is Wilhelm Wood. He founded the first physiological laboratory in Leipzig, Germany in 1879, immediately attract students all over the world. So, si Wilhelm naman, siya yung nag-found ng physiological laboratory in Leipzig, Germany. And na-attract dito yung mga student upang makapag-aral ng about sa polygraph. Next is Fermi, 1888, is a French scientist who discovered and the electro-cement response in 1888 that caused the increase in the action of the heart and vital energy with human emotion. He asserted that human body has ability to generate or store discharge high voltage static electricity. So next is Charles E. Cady, 19th century, recommended the use of chloroform for to to solve Lincoln assassination, including the identification of the plotter, based based from his 3 years experience as an army surgeon. He had observed rebel officer divulge important information while they were partly under influence of color color chloroform. So si Arthur MacDonald is si Charles E. Kennedy pala na-recommend niya yung chloroform sa para ma-solve yung Lincoln assassination. Next is Arthur MacDonald, 1908, is acquaintance of Cesar Lombroso, who appeared before the U.S. congressional hearing in 1908, proposing the creation of federal laboratory to study criminal and suggested the use of apparatus containing all the elements of modern polygraphy. Next is Hugo Munterberg, 1908, a German-American psychologist and philosopher who introduced the forensic application of what in lie detection in US and further suggested possibilities in detecting deception by recording physiological changes. Next is Otto Lowenstein. He's a German psychiatrist who introduced an apparatus that has two pneumographs which could record simultaneously the movement of each foot and each hand and the head in all the three dimensions. His instrument is huge, impractical, and difficult to maintain his work order, but it was considered as a true polygraph. So si Otto Lowenstein, siya yung nag-introduce ng apparatus ng two pneumograph na kung saan simultaneous ang movement ng foot, hand, and head. Next is C.W. Darrow, 1930, advised research photo polygraph. However, it did not last long, which records several responses simultaneously include the following. So, si C.W. Darrow naman, siya na yung nag-research ng device on photo polygraph. Next is Akamatsu Uchida and Togawa, are Japanese psychologists who suggested the use of electrodermal activity or tinatawag na EDA for that deception and detection and deception because the conductance level has found decrease during emotional changes. Next is Christian Rocknick, repudiated the term of psychogalvanic skin reflex or tinatawag na GSR because such reaction is not a reflex accordingly. He explained that the psychological nature of the so-called psychogalvanic reflex is not completely understood. Thus, he proposed the electrodermal response. So, si Christian Rocknick naman is reputed sa term ng psychogalvanic skin reflex kasi hindi siya naniniwala na ang psychological nature is so-called galvanic reflex. And then, hindi ito kompleto pa na pag-aaralan, napapaliwanag. Kaya na-propose niya na tawagin na itong electrodermal response. Next is Paul Wilhelm and Donald Burns, 1951. They are lie detector specialists from Michigan City in USA. Sometimes in 51, they invented the electronic psychometer using thermal response as basis lie detection. They are the one who have proven the result lie detection test is 95% accurate but with 5% margin of error. So si Paul Wilhelm and Donald Birds naman, siya yung isa silang lie detector specialist from Michigan. Then na-invented nila yung electropsychometer na response o basis for lie detection. And may percentage ito na 95% na accurate and then may 5% na margin of error. Next is Alan Bell. He's an American inventor who developed a device called Physiological Stress Evaluator or PSE. This instrument detects slight trembling in the voice which may be inter- interpreted to determine the person of telling the truth. So si Alan Bell naman ay nag-develop ng device na tinatawag na psychological stress evaluator na instrument to para ma-detect yung trembling, yung pagkakautal-utal na pagsalita. And next is Alexander R. Luria. Is a Russian psychologist who modified the what that was introduced of Francis Galton so that is suitable in Russian setting. So si Alexander R. Luria naman, siya yung nag-develop ng what o word association test. Yun. Next, Galileo devised a gadget called pulsiligium, an instrument used to measure heartbeat frequency of the subject under lie detection test. So, si Galileo naman ay nag-invento siya ng gadget na tinatawag na pulsiligium kung saan na may-measure nito ang heartbeat ng isang tao habang nagkakandak ito ng lie detection test. Next is D.R. Sandoval is a French scientist who declared that electricity is generated by the body. He named, he named it as external friction. He asserted the sweat glands which the body of time store electricity and other time discharge them. Next is 17. Walter G. Sommer, he developed the potentiometer which measured the apparent challenge in skin resistance to electricity. He also used control question, which he called the as emotional standard, carefully selected from the subject life in an attempt to evoke tense psychogalvanic reaction to surprise, anger, shame, or anxiety, such as "Are you living with your wife?" or where you are ever ever arrested. Next is E.P. Coffey. He's an FBI specialist agent who observe the and conduct cases of killer and reported on the test method used to solve a number of cases, some of which involved banks. He was also regarded as the first FBI polygraphist and probably the first examiner in the U.S. federal government to establish his first federal polygraph research program. So si E.P. Coffey naman, isa siyang FBI specialist agent and siya yung kauna-unang FBI na polygraphist and the first examiner sa US federal government. Next is Thomas Hayes J. Cox conduct the name test which is described as a group of names of men who might have committed that crime to a suspect who gave title or no apparent response except to one name at his blood pressure and respiration became abnormal. So si Thomas Hay J. Cox naman, conduct siya ng name test kung saan may group of name na nakakommit ng crime kung saan isa-isa itong sasabihin sa suspect. Kung saan kung saan may naano siya, may pagbabago ng blood pressure. So, yun ang nakakumit ng crime. Next is Clarence E. Daly. He designed in 1938 the Berkeley psychograph, consisting of chart, drive, and recording unit, a cardiograph or respiration unit as a cardiograph or pulse blood pressure unit, stimulus signal unit. Next is Ronald D. Dicker. He is a head of the Army Polygraph School or APS, who introduced the modification of read polygraph techniques and called the General Question Test. So, si Ronald D. Dicker, isa siyang head of Army Polygraph School. And na-modify niya yung ginawa ni Reed Polygraph Techniques and called General Question Test. So, next is Paul K. Minor, the chief polygraph examiner of the FBI who modified in 1980 the R1 techniques. Next is James Alan Mate. He developed the polygraph quadri zone comparison technique and renamed in January 1995 as quadri track zone comparison technique. So next is early method detecting deception. Ordeal is a term variously meaning closely related in medieval Latin. So ang ordeal ito yung sinaunang technique kung saan upang malaman natin ang suspect ay dumadaan sa pagpapasakit. Number 2 is red hot iron ordeal. Is an ordeal that used practice in the hill tribe of Rajmal in North Bengal. Accused placed his tongue in a hot iron 9 times. So, sa North, ang red hot iron naman ordeal is kung saan yung accused ay yung dila niya ipapatong ng 9 beses sa nagbabagang bakal. Kung saan pag ito ay napasok, siya ay maakusahan na kriminal. Next is ordeal by the balance. This is a practice in the Institute of Vishnu, India. This ordeal makes us of a scale of balance wherein the accused and accuser shall be placed in both ends of the balance. Seesaw, like. So, sa ordeal by the balance, yung accuser and then yung inaakusahan ay ilalagay sila yung sa timbangan, both side. Next is ordeal by boiling water. This ordeal is used as a point of theft in modern Africa. The subject plunge their right arms into the boiling pot to the elbow and step to the other side of the fire. So, sa ordeal by the boiling water naman, ito yung pagpapahirap sa nahuli nilang magnanakaw na kung saan yung kanang kamay nila ay nilalagay nila sa kumukulong tubig hanggang siko. So, next is ordeal by rice chewing. The ordeal is used to determine who is telling the truth or lying. This is practiced in India. It is formed with the kind of rice called satay, prepared with various incantation the person who trial eats. So, sourdough by rice chewing naman, ang satay, ito yung parang malagkit na kanin. Yon. Next is ordeal of red water. This ordeal is used in Eastern Africa. The accused shall be required to fast for 12 hours. He shall require to swallow small amount of cooked rice and given emetic red water extracted from the sassy tree bark. If the accused emits or cough out the rice, he is adjudged guilty of the charge, otherwise his accused is innocent. So, yun. Next is trial by combat. This is ordeal order, a fight between the accuser and the accused. So sa trial by combat naman, yung accuser and the accused, yung sila yung pinaglalaban. Naglalaban silang dalawa. And kung sino yung matalo, siya yung tinatawag na guilty. And kung sino naman yung nanalo, siya yung not guilty. Or deal by drinking decoction. The ordeal requires the accused to give a decoction of drinks by the priest. The accused is harmless after drinking the decoction. Then it's innocent, but if he die, he is guilty. So sa ordeal by drinking decoction, ito parang ano ata ito, yung lason. Kung saan kapag uminom ka nito, once na nabuhay ka, you are not guilty. And pag namatay ka, you are guilty. And then, ginagawa lang ito sa Nigeria and Brahmic India in India. Next is, ordeal by eating consnit. This ordeal is practiced in China and Alexandria, Egypt. The accused given uncooked dry rice and swallow, and after which spit out in the same. This is ordeal by Eucharist. This ordeal reserved the clergy and administered with pomp and ceremony in the European countries. Next is ordeal of the year. This ordeal, this ordeal is applied as a mystery death of a person. Next is ordeal by heat and fire. This is ordeal accused na compelled na walk barefoot through the fire. So sa ordeal by heat and fire naman, yung akusado ay pinaglalakad sa nagbabagang uling or sa nagbabagang uling. Once na ito ay napasok, siya siya ay guilty. Kung kapag hindi naman ito napasok, ay, ano siya, innocent. At ginagawa lang ito sa East Germany and early Scandinavian countries and early England. Ordeal by the boiling oil or water. Same lang ito ng ordeal by the boiling water. Next is ordeal by using red hot needle. This is ordeal to determine if the accused or person is telling a lie or not. A red hot needle shall be drawn through the lips and the accused. So, dito sa ordeal by using with hot needle, yung yung needle ay parang pinapabaga and then dinidikit ito sa labi ng accused, ng akusado. Ordeal of the tiger. This is the ordeal that makes use the tiger to be set loose toward accused and accuser placed together. That has spared or untouched by the tiger is considered innocent. If the if both were spared, further elimination will follow this ordeal of practice in Siam. So sa ordeal by the tiger naman, kung saan nilalagay sila sa kulungan ng tigre. Kung sino ang unang nilapitan ng tigre, siya yung innocent. And then, pag yung hindi na nilapitan, siya yung inosente. Ordeal by combat. This is ordeal was vividly dramatized in the movie entitled Ivanhoe. That was based from the novel that became the only legal ordeal that was practiced in England. Next is ordeal of the cross, ordeal that lets the accuser and accused to stand with arms crossing their breasts in front of at least three designated adjudicator. The one who endures the longer is deemed to have the truth. Next is ordeal by waxing shirt. The accused is dressed with cloth cover the wax and required to walk in barefoot over burning coals. Next is ordeal of the donkey tales. As a psychological theory, a donkey is placed in a room alone and will be observed. If the donkey cried or made noise inside the room, a judgment of guilty in the commission of crime is presumed. So sa ordeal by the donkey naman, yung kung saan nasa isa kang kulungan at dadalhin doon sa iyo yung donkey once na ito ay gumawa ng ingay or umiyak. So, ikaw ay tatawagin na guilty. So, yun lamang po at maraming salamat sa inyo.